What's going on, guys? Welcome to your 45-minute upper body and core workout. We're going to be flowing through a couple different circuits, 45 seconds per move, 20-second rest after each. I'll be using my weights today, so if you have equipment, go ahead and grab it. If not, grab something you have around the house that can act as a weight, maybe a book, some laundry detergent. Just make sure it's safe, but also challenging you throughout this workout. Other than that, grab some water, grab your mat, anything else you may need, and I'll meet you right back here for our 2-minute warm-up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get warmed up. It's been a little bit since we did upper body day, so I wanna make sure we take some time to really warm up, get those muscles moving. Like I said, we're transitioning between an upper body circuit and a core circuit. 45 seconds per move, 20-second rest after each, quick burnout at the end, and each circuit we're gonna go through 2 times. But before we can get into that, let's go ahead and get warmed up. So take a nice stance at the back of your mat. We're gonna walk out into a plank, drop those hips, extend that back, stretch that core, work those arms a little bit, walk back to those feet, tap the toes, right back out to that plank and dropping your hips. We'll go together in 3, in 2, and 1. So you walk on out, drop those hips, shimmy those shoulders. You'll feel this in your back and your core and your arms. Tap that toe and you go right back out. This is really great, feels great, and it does great things to get your muscles moving and nice and stretched. So I'm excited about this one. We're doing strength workout today. What that means is we're going to be working nice and slow, getting our form down. Last one on this one here. Getting our form down and really building that strength. Go ahead and walk it to those toes. Walk that right foot out. When you lunge out, you twist over to the right side. Lunge out with the left leg and twist over. Go back and forth there. And we have just about a minute left before we start. So what I want you to do is take 2 more of these, 1 on each side. And then I want you to do some arm circles. So right arm reverses, then forward, then left arm, and then cross in the chest. Any additional stretches you may need. I'll guide you through our first move, which is gonna be a hammer curl with a wide release. So you're gonna grab 2 dumbbells. You're gonna hammer curl up. Those weights stay vertical. You hammer curl up, rotate, and do a wide curl release. Entire time, your shoulders are staying nice and steady and strong. Your elbows are staying pinned at your ribs. All right, so we got just about 15 seconds, so go ahead and grab the weight you're gonna use, and I want you to think through how you're gonna step it up your next time around. So grab a weight that's challenging, 45 seconds, you hammer curl up, you release down. It's nice and slow, you rotate, then you release. Let's go together here. We hammer up and release down. Those ribs stay pulled in, as I always say, and those elbows stay pinned at your ribs. Nice athletic stance in the legs. Knees are slightly bent. You hammer curl and you release down wide. So this is really great to work all different parts of your bicep. You're working the front, the bottom, the side, your triceps, your shoulders. Everything's really working here great. You've got 10 seconds. Squeeze up and release slowly. Don't let it flop down for 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. So now what we're gonna do is the opposite of that. So we did hammer curl, wide release. Now we're gonna do wide curl, hammer release. So we're just getting the opposite movement going. It'll get really hot and burny in those biceps very quickly, but let's go here for 45 seconds. So wide curl, hammer release. Wide curl, hammer release. Go at your own pace, but I want a nice athletic stance in those knees, slightly bent. Elbows are still pinned at your side, and you're squeezing it up and dropping it down, but resisting on the way down, all right? Keep it up. You're doing great. I know those arms are burning already, but we're building that strength, keeping that endurance, building, keeping those muscles under tension for 4. Keep squeezing for 1 and go ahead and rest. Awesome work. So next move is going to be an Arnold press. What this is you keep your palms facing your shoulders, your collarbone area. You keep your weights here and you press, you rotate your wrists and you press right above your shoulders. So it's a nice steady movement. Let's go together here. We're at our collarbone, we rotate and press, and you rotate down. Rotate, press right above those shoulders, and right back to those collarbones in that starting position. So you come down, you rotate, and you press. All right, so we go back and forth here, and keeping those ribs pulled in. Nice athletic stance again. We're not doing a whole lot of moving around today. As far as our lower body goes, you're gonna find yourself staying pretty steady in one spot on your mat for a lot of movements. Building that muscle, pressing right above those shoulders, straight up, go ahead and rest. Awesome work. Grab a nice light weight, 15 seconds. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a supinated raise. So palms facing forward, you raise, you bring it down, and you lateral raise. That's a tongue twister there. We're going together in one. Here we go. Raise it up and raise to the side. You'll notice my elbows are slightly bent. That's to prevent injury, and I want you to do the same. You have a nice light grip in those weights. You're squeezing forward and then squeezing and opening up laterally. Beautiful work here. You've got 20 seconds. You feel that burn in the shoulders, in the back of the shoulders. This movement is really great to work not just a part of your shoulders, but the entire thing. There's a lot more muscles involved in your shoulder than you think probably. Go ahead and rest. You have 1 minute and we're going through that circuit one more time. So what we start with is that hammer wide release. Then second move, wide curl, hammer release. Then we move on to that Arnold press and we move on to this front raise, lateral raise. So what weights did you use last time? Can you go heavier? Was it challenging last time? Probably. Can you step it up? Probably. So the thing I want you to know is that you can always step up your weight. You can always challenge yourself and you can always drop down that weight if you need to. So for me, for instance, I'm gonna step up my weight. I probably won't be able to maintain it the entire time, but that's okay. What we want is to get there at least a little bit, at least a couple reps, drop down if you have to, and that's how you build your strength. Let's go in 6, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we do that hammer curl and wide release. We resist on that release to really work those muscles. Elbows stay pinned at your side and those ribs stay pulled in. Beautiful work here. Keep breathing through it, squeezing and dropping down and resisting. Beautiful work. You have 18 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. Like I said, I pushed myself as much as I could. When you start to compromise form, that's when you drop down that weight. You've got 5. You've got 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Holy moly. All right, so we're moving on. Next move is that wide curl, hammer release. Easy movement. You've done it once before. You did the reverse of it just now. So I want you to step it up. Let's go in 3, in 2, and 1. Wide curl, hammer release. Nice and steady. Squeezing those biceps and making sure that we're not flopping forward to pick up the weights like that. That's not the movement. We want this isolated to the biceps. We're building that arm strength. You've got 18. Keep it up. For 12. Squeezing and releasing. Man, that's hard. Here we go. For 5. Wide and hammer release. 2, 1. and go ahead and rest. Hammer curls are really great for those biceps. Those wide curls are also really great to work the triceps, biceps. We're going to that Arnold press next. Can you step it up? I'm gonna go ahead and step up my weight. If I need to drop down, I will. Here we go. We start at the collarbone and we rotate and press straight above our heads. Straight above those shoulders. Those ribs stay pulled in. Nice athletic stance. Breathe out every time you press. And hold that press for a second and bring it on down, okay? Let's go here. Keep it up. You've got 10. Beautiful work. For 7. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Woo! That one, this whole circuit's killing me here, but in a really, really great way. It's building that strength, keeping your muscles under tension for a long period of time. We're gonna go ahead and do that supinated raise in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Supinated raise to lateral raise. That bend in that elbow stays there. You raise out to the side and you lift forward. When you're raising to the side, make sure your chest is not dipping. Again, we want this isolated to the muscles we're trying to work. We don't want help from our chest. We don't want to compromise our form to just get the movement down. Beautiful work. You have 14 seconds. You've got this. Fight through that burn that I know is there. Let's go for 4, for 2. Go ahead and rest. Awesome work. So we're on to our next circuit, which is a core circuit. What we're gonna do is plank opposite toe taps. So you can have a light weight in each hand, or you can do this body weight, whatever you choose. But I want you to challenge yourself. So with weights, I'll show you what it looks like. Get into plank form, holding onto those weights. You pike those glutes up and you reach for the opposite toe. Back into your plank and you reach for that opposite toe. All right? That's your first move. Figure out, are you gonna use weights? Are you gonna go body weight the first time around? Add weights the second. Whatever you choose, it's up to you, but I challenge you to push yourself. We're going in 10. Let's get into plank in 3, in 2, and here we go. Reaching for that opposite toe, into that plank, reaching to the opposite side, back into that plank every time. You're in that plank, everything from your shoulders down is flexed. Those glutes are nice and down. That core is pulled up. That belly button's pulled to that spine. You've got 20 seconds. Keep it going. If you're doing this body weight, I want you to speed it up a little bit to get the most out of the movement. Let's go for 7. Let's go for 4, for 2, and go ahead and rest. Awesome work. So grab those light weights that you were using just now, or if you weren't, grab some light weights, and we're gonna do a penguin little shuffle. So you've probably done penguins before, where you lift your shoulders up a little bit and you rotate from heel to heel. We're doing that same thing with weights in our hands. Here we go. Nice light hold. Just lightly placing those weights in those palms and not necessarily squeezing, pulling. Just let them kind of live there in your hands, nice and light. You rotate from side to side. Move those heels a little bit further from those glutes so you have a little bit further to reach. You've got 15 seconds. Keep it up. I know this one burns those shoulders and that core. Little 2 for 1 action here. For 5, for 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. 20 seconds, and we're going to a side crunch. So we're gonna go on over to our right elbow. You're gonna keep your right knee onto the ground. You're gonna elevate onto that elbow, weight in the left hand, nice and light, straight above that shoulder. You crunch and straight back out. Let's go together here. Nice side crunch. And then knee comes straight over to that elbow. Your hips stay facing me, facing forward. Same with that chest, those shoulders. Really great movement here. Keep those ribs pulled in. Keep that leg elevated, that top leg elevated the whole time, and that bottom hip off the ground. Adjust when needed to make sure your form is top notch, okay? It's all about form here while also building that strength. Let's go for 3, 2, go ahead and rest. Awesome work. So cross leg raises, no weights needed here. We're gonna cross our right leg over to our left. And what you're gonna do is just some leg raises. So like this, excuse me. You drop down like that and right back up. Let's go here together. Those hands can be at your side, behind your head, and elevate those shoulders a little bit. But that toe on that leg that's raising is flexed towards your knee. You drop down that heel, hover it, pull it right back up. Don't let it drop. That other leg is just resting. Little added work here, little added weight. Keep it going. You've got it. For 7. Breathing through it for 2 and 1. Awesome work. Go ahead and take a breather. Grab some water. Woo! Losing the headphone. And we're going back to those plank toe taps. Like we did before, can you add a light weight if you did not this last time? Can you step it up, okay? So 40 seconds and we're gonna go there. I'm gonna go ahead with my weights again. You go into that plank, you keep everything nice and flexed. That core, those glutes, those heels are pressing back. Those shoulders are in line with the wrists. You have that nice plank form. Then you press back into a pike. Reach for that opposite toe, right back out, okay? 15 seconds, grab some water, grab the weights you're gonna use, and we'll meet in a plank. Awesome. All right, let's go in 3, in 2, we're in a plank, and we reach for that opposite toe. It's also an option if you only have one weight. You can keep the weight in the middle, grab it and go, grab it and go. This is also really great for those of you who have those weights that you can't necessarily hold on to and do a plank with because they're rounded and not that hexagon shape. So that's also an option for you. And it's a little bit easier on your palms. Even if you do have the hexagon weights, it kind of hurts a little bit when you're doing that plank on them. Let's go for 1. Beautiful work. We're doing those penguins once again. So nice light weights. They're just resting in your palms and you're shimming from side to side. We're going in 8 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and move this mic pack before I crash it into my ribs. Let's go together here. And we're shimming from side to side. Again, step those heels a little bit further from your glutes to challenge yourself. Okay? We're going from side to side. That core is pulled in, that belly button squeezed to that spine, that lower back is pressed into the ground. You've got 20 seconds. Keep it going. Keep breathing for 12. Keep fighting through that shoulder burn, that core burn. You've got 5. You've got 3, 2, 1. Amazing work. So drop those weights and grab just one weight. I said drop them, and then I say pick them up. What kind of direction is that, right? So what we're gonna do is go on to that left side. You're on that left elbow, and we're doing that side crunch. Here we go. We're squeezing, that leg goes straight out, leg goes straight out. If you want, you can elevate to that palm, and that'll just step it up slightly. Make sure that hip, that bottom hip stays nice and off the ground. That leg extends, squeezes in, and goes right back out. That core is pulled in. Those shoulders and those hips are in line with me, facing forward, staying nice and open to the side, not opening to the ceiling and not closing to the ground, all right? You've got 4. Keep it up. Keep breathing through it. Go ahead and rest. Awesome work. We're doing those cross leg raises. Now you can drop your weights. We crossed our right leg over last time, so we're gonna cross our left over the right. Do some leg raises. You can elevate that shoulder by putting your hands behind your head. Let's go together in 1. Beautiful work. Great job pushing through so far. Keep breathing and squeezing up. That lower back stays nice and pressed to the ground. That'll be something that's very consistent through your core work. That belly button usually always stays pulled to that spine, and that lower back is always pressed to the ground. Keep breathing through this. You've got 12. That added weight to that leg that's raising is hard, I know. It adds more than you think. Let's go for 1. Go ahead and take a breather. Whew. That one burns my legs, burns my core, burns my arms. It burns everything, which is of course the point. So our next circuit is going to be single arm movements. First time around, we'll do all one side. Second time around, we'll obviously do the other. What we're going to start with is a single arm row. So grab a weight that you can row with. What you're going to do is either lean onto something or you can lean onto your leg. We'll go with the right side first. So all you're going to do is pull that weight to the bottom of those ribs, squeezing that back muscle towards the middle of your spine. Squeeze it back, shoulder nice and squeeze, and that elbow presses straight back. It shoots straight back. We're going in 7 seconds, so grab the weight that you're going to use. We're going in 3, in 2, and 1. Squeeze it back and resist on the way down. I don't want to just go on like this and pump in with your chest to get it up. That's not the movement, and that's not how you're going to work that muscle fully. Nice squeeze back, hold it back for a second, and drop it on down. You squeeze that back muscle up here towards the middle of your spine. And again, that elbow stays super close to your ribs and the side of your body and shoots straight back. That weight towards the bottom of your ribs. You've got just under 10 seconds. Keep it going and keep breathing through it for 2. Go ahead and rest. Awesome work there. Next time, can you step up the weight? We're gonna go with the left arm. So next move, we're gonna do single lateral raises. So grab a weight that you can laterally raise. Again, your left arm just kind of hangs out and that right arm has a nice little bend and you laterally raise. All right, let's go together here. Raise to shoulder height. Resist on the way down. Meet in the middle of your body and right back out, okay? Nice and slow on the way down. Power up. Slow on the way down, power up. You've got it. That shoulder is working today. Trust me, I know I feel it. But you're gonna feel so incredibly strong at the end of this. Let's go for 15. You've got this, power up, resist on the way down. Nice athletic stance in the legs. Slight little bend for 4, for 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. Awesome. Next one is gonna be a double row. So we're gonna go left arm, both arms, left arm, both arms. So you're gonna go ahead and grab a weight in both hands. And I'm gonna go a little bit heavier here. And we're going in 2 and 1. So same row as before, but with the left arm, then you do both. Left and both. Okay? Still pulling to the bottom of those ribs. Those ribs stay pulled in as you're rowing. That chest staying nice and steady, back nice and flat. Keep squeezing those back muscles. You've got 15 seconds. Keep it up. I know that right arm burns. I feel it too, trust me. You've got 6. Keep fighting for 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. Nice. Okay, so we're doing that lateral row again. Same style. You go left arm and both arms. Left arm and both arms, all right? Grab the weights you're gonna use. Nice little bend in the elbow. Nice bend in the knees. We're going in 2 and 1. Left arm goes, both arms. Nice bend. You power up and resist on the way down. You've got this. That upper body is working today. That core is staying nice and tight. You'll find with upper body movements, pretty much all movements, you're gonna be working your core without really realizing it. It's not always necessary to do a whole ab circuit or like ab full workout for half an hour. Go ahead and rest, because really when you're working squats, when you're working deadlifts, when you're working those arm raises, your core is nice and engaged the entire time. So you're technically working your core with every movement that you do. So it's not always necessary to do a full 45-minute workout focused on abs, if that makes sense. So I like to throw it in there. We like to throw in circuits of a couple minutes of ab movements. But really, like I said, when you're doing other workouts, you're really also working your core. So we've got 20 seconds and we're going back to that single row. We're gonna go with that left arm first. Then we'll go to the lateral raise with the left arm. Then we'll do double rows and double flies, okay? 7 seconds. Let's go ahead. Single row, left side. Here we go. Nice bend. Rowing to the bottom of those ribs. I'm gonna move my leg out of the way to help me have some more movement. Go ahead for 30 more seconds. You've got it. Rowing to the bottom of those ribs from the front. Nice and squeezed throughout. That lower back is not arching or curving. You've got 10 seconds. Keep it up. Keep breathing through it, squeezing those back muscles for 3, for 2. Go ahead and rest. Amazing work. We're gonna go ahead and do the single lateral raise on that left side. Again, nice slight bend in that left arm. Raise it up, resist on the way down. We're going in 3, in 2, and 1. Here we go. Resist on the way down. Nice bend in those knees. Breathing through it. Beautiful work here today so far. Keep breathing and keep squeezing that core. Squeezing out to the side. Beautiful work. You've got 15 seconds. Keep it up, guys. You're doing great. That shoulder is on fire. You're almost on to another ab circuit. Let's go for 2 and go ahead and rest. Awesome. So double arm row. You row with the right, you row with both, okay? Grab the weight you're gonna use. We're going in 10 seconds. Awesome work today so far. You're building that muscle. You're building that endurance. Let's go. So we row. One arm, then both. That right arm rows, then both go. You've got it. Keep squeezing to the bottom of those ribs. You've got this. That burn is setting in, but you're stronger in it. You've got more in the tank than you think. For 15, for 12, keep it up. For 9, for 7, for 5, for 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. Same sort of movement, but we're going with the lateral raises. So right arm raises, then both go. Right arm, then both, all right? After that, we rest, we move on from this circuit. Let's go in 3, in 2, and 1. Nice little bend in the elbow and the knees. One arm, and then both. You've got this. Keep yourself nice and steady. Nice, strong foundation to help you squeeze through it. That chest is staying nice and steady. You're resisting on the way down. Those ribs are staying pulled in. Keep it up for 10 more seconds. Keep it up. Let's go. For 5, for 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. 1 minute rest. And we're going on to some core. In just about 45 seconds, we're gonna go over to that left elbow. We're gonna do a side plank. You can either go onto your elbow or onto that palm. It's up to you. You can have a weight on your hip if you want, or save it for the next round. What you're gonna do, raise up, those hips stay up. You dip the hip down, tap it, and come right back up. Nice and open. Those hips, that chest, and those shoulders facing me, staying open. Now, if you go onto your palms, it gives you more room to dip down and pull up. So nice and slow when you go to tap that hip and power up back into starting position. So I'm gonna go onto my palm. We're going into and 1. You dip down and power up. Dip down and power up. If you're onto that elbow, it's nice and steady. You dip down and power up. Same movement, but a little more steady. I'm gonna stay down on my elbow. I know I said I was going on my palm, but I was compromising form. I felt it. So we're gonna stay nice and strong on this elbow. Elbows right under that shoulder. You dip down, you power up. You barely tap the ground, and you're back up. For 3, for 2, go ahead and rest. Awesome job. So next what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a nice light weight into our right arm. You're gonna do a jackknife, so you're gonna lay it down. That weight stays above your shoulder. You squeeze that core, bring it up, tap that opposite toe, and go right back down. All right, let's go together here. Tap that toe, and you go right back down. You engage that core before you squeeze up. It's all about that core engagement. Then you lift. Those shoulders come off the ground, then that lower back. When you bring it back down to the ground, that lower back goes, then that shoulder. Keep it up. Speed it up if you can. You can also just tap that lower back, come right back up instead of laying it completely down and then going back up. Options here. You've got 3, You've got 2. Go ahead and rest. Awesome job. What we're gonna do now is our bear knee taps. If you've done my workouts before, you know I love me a little bear pose. So you go into tabletop, you hover those knees, and you tap your opposite knee. Nice wider stance in the toes so you stay stable. Let's go together here. Your feet are about shoulder width, between hip and shoulder width apart. Hands are right under your shoulders. Core is pulled in, and back is nice and flat. It's called tabletop for a reason. That back is as flat as a table. You've got 20 seconds. Keep squeezing that core, pulling that belly button to the ceiling. For 12. Keep breathing for 10. Keep those knees bent and hovering for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Awesome. We're going to some wood choppers, also a favorite of mine. You're gonna grab a nice light weight, and we're gonna go to just one side. We're gonna take a nice wide stance, start at that left foot, rotate over to the right, and that is your move. I'm gonna grab a little bit heavier weight. We're going together here, left and rotating. You squat on down and then rotate. Really great for that core, for that upper body, and of course, working those glutes whenever we can, right? Keep breathing through this, rotating and pivoting onto that back toe, back down. You've got less than 15 seconds. Keep it up for 10, for 5, 2, and 1. Awesome job. We're going back to those single dips onto the other side. Whatever side you did last time, I want you doing the opposite this time around. Again, you can have a weight on your hip. If that challenges you, if it pushes you, I want you there. But I want you to keep that form and get it down, okay? Beautiful work. Keep breathing for 30 more seconds. You've got it. Amazing work. My shoulders, my arms, my core, everything's burning, and that is what we want. We want to build that muscle, and we want that endurance also being built. We're going in 10 seconds, so let's get into form. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a nice light weight onto my hip and pop onto my elbow. We're going together here, dipping down, powering up. Beautiful work here. You can either stack your ankles or kind of spread them out, stagger them, whatever helps you. Keep your balance and keep your body facing me, your chest nice and open, those hips facing forward. You've got 15 seconds, so keep it up. Keep breathing, dropping that hip and powering up. You've got 8, for 4, for 2, go ahead and rest. Awesome job. Single jackknife, opposite side of what you did last time. So I had the weight in my right arm last time, so I'll go left. Again, can you step up? Can you just tap that lower back and pop right back up? We're going in 3, in 2, here we go. Beautiful work. Engage that core. Keep that belly button squeezed in. You engage that core before you lift yourself up. Keep breathing. That other leg is nice and steady on the ground. You're breathing through this. Keep it up. For 12, for 10, for 6, 5, 3, 2, go ahead and rest. Awesome. Onto those bear knee taps already. So again, you're in that tabletop position. You hover those knees, you tap opposite knee, opposite hand to opposite knee the entire time, keeping those hips nice and steady, not rotating them a whole lot. You're really nice and steady. Here we go. Hovering those knees and tapping. Nice and steady. We stay. Keep breathing. Back nice and flat. Exhaling and keeping that belly button pulled and squeezed in. You've got 15. Keep it up for 12, for 9, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Wood chopper is your last move of this ab circuit, and we're moving on. So we went to the left side last time, or at least we started on the left side. So starting onto that right side, you squat down, you pivot, and you raise the weight. Let's go together here. Beautiful work here today so far. Working that core and working that upper body. Getting that form down and building that strength, that muscle endurance. 45 minutes of upper body is not easy. It's a long time, but it's one of those workouts that you feel so incredibly strong while you're doing it, and especially after. Keep rotating for 7, for 5, for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Awesome job. Grab some water. And we're going on to another circuit. So what we're gonna do here for our next circuit in 45 seconds, what you're gonna do is a plank weight drag, a plank row, and plank front raises, and a bird dog. This is gonna be your last and final set. You're gonna do, I'm looking here at our timer. So what you're gonna do is 45 seconds per move. We actually don't have a burnout today. What was I even saying? That's crazy. Okay, so we don't have a burnout today. We're just gonna do one last final set. So you're in luck today. One last set. It's a plank circuit, so we're gonna be working upper body and core at the same time. So that's kind of how I figured it was a burnout. But let's go in 2 and 1. We're dragging the weight from side to side, from right arm to left. You're in that plank. Nice wide stance in the back. Dragging that weight or lifting it and pulling it over. Whatever you're doing, but those glutes stay down. That weight is right under your chest. You're breathing through this. The weight doesn't have to be crazy heavy, but it's just the transition of balancing on 2 legs and 1 arm, dragging also. You're stopping in 2 and 1. Next, what we're doing is a plank row. So you get into plank and you guessed it, you row. So go ahead and grab the weight you're gonna use. I'm gonna start with my 15s. We're going in 3, in 2, and 1. So you balance again on 3. You row to the bottom of those ribs. This one, you're gonna have to breathe through. Pull that core in. Keep it up. Breathe through. Pull that core in. That core is gonna feel it, as well as those shoulders and that back. But you've got 12 seconds. You're stronger than that, than giving up. Let's go for 6, for 4, 3, 2, get one more in. Go ahead and rest. Awesome. Drop down to some light weights. We're doing plank front raises. You're into a plank and you alternate raising forward a weight. So what that looks like in 5 seconds, plank, and you raise alternating sides. Let's go together here. Lots of plank work and lots of balancing on 3. Keep it up. Keep everything nice and engaged. Those glutes down. Keep breathing. Squeezing. It's hurting. I know. You're stronger than this. I'm talking myself through it, and I want to talk you through it as well. Keep fighting for 10. You can do anything for 6, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome work. This next one is a bird dog. So we stay on our knees. We're in tabletop. You raise that left leg. That right arm goes out. You crunch underneath yourself and you switch to the other side. All right, let's go in 1. Here we go. Last movement of today. Reaching out and really squeezing underneath yourself. Crunch and reach. Amazing work today. You've got 24 seconds left before we stretch and we talk through the amazing work we did today. Keep it up for 12. Get a couple more reps in. Reach and crunch for 4, for 2, and you have made it to our cool down. Amazing work today. Put those weights back and let's press back into child's pose. Beautiful work today. One last weight to put away. Feels so heavy after a long workout. Press back into child's pose. Sending those glutes back, relaxing that core finally, and reaching those arms straight out. You've done an amazing job today, as I say every single day. But as I was saying earlier, 45 minutes of upper body is not easy, especially when it's strength, when you're staying steady in your movements, when you're not jumping around doing HIIT. It's very hard to consistently guide yourself through it and fight through that burn when you're moving so slow sometimes. And that burn is so strong, but you've made it. You did it. You pushed yourself. You accomplished something. Let's go ahead, tabletop, drop those hips. You accomplished something. Maybe you thought you wouldn't be able to. Maybe at some point during the workout you thought, I don't know if I can do this anymore, but you did it. We're here, we're stretching, it's over, it's done with. You got stronger, you're getting stronger, you're continuing to fight through, to push yourself. And for me, pushing myself throughout the workout, it may seem like I'm telling you to keep going, but I'm also telling myself to keep going because it's not easy for me either. Go ahead and weave that right arm underneath. It's difficult for me, and that's the point of these workouts. They're supposed to be difficult. I say this all the time. They should be difficult. They should be hard. At some point, you'll probably feel like you don't know if you can push any harder. But the point of these workouts is at the end of it, you realize that you pushed yourself way more than you thought you ever could. Go ahead and switch and weave that other arm. Lay there for a little bit. Stretch out. Just relax those muscles. Beautiful job today. Back to tabletop. Let's go ahead and take a seat here. Stretch those arms behind our head. So, we're moving on from these workouts. We're pumping through the rest of November, and I am very excited. I know the holidays are coming up, and I know it's a difficult time. Go ahead and take any additional stretches you may need. I know it's a difficult time, not only because of everything that's going on where like we're not even going to be able to really be with our whole families for a lot of us, but also the fact that the holidays are a time where you're so busy with work and with family and buying gifts and celebrating whatever holidays you celebrate and going to different things or functions for work and for family members or whatever you have going on. There's a lot around this time of year, and it's easy to set your fitness, your health, your lifestyle aside and kind of put it on the back burner. But what I want this to be is, yes, our workouts are getting harder and a little bit longer for the rest of the month. But what I want you to know is that every single day I will be showing up for you and for myself. We have a 35-minute full body workout, no equipment needed for Thanksgiving. So I'm thinking about what is coming ahead and really helping you to get the most out of what you have available at the time. I know Thanksgiving, a lot of people spend it with their families, so I'm not gonna give you a 60-minute workout on that day. I want you to get a workout in, but also move on and enjoy some sweet potato casserole and some turkey and some stuffing. Like, that's what Thanksgiving's about, and I also want that for myself. So I want you to realize that I'm a human too. All these workouts are built for you to accomplish, to push yourself, to take it a step further, to push harder than you thought you could, and then move on with your day. Continue to refuel, to rehydrate, to get enough sleep, to do stuff that's good for your body, and come back tomorrow and crush the workout one time after time after time. Okay? I'm here for you as your coach. I'm giving you recipes, tips and tricks, form tips, everything I possibly can to help you succeed and turn this into a lifestyle and not necessarily something that you have to do every single day, otherwise you feel like crap about yourself. I want you to come here because you want to fight through, to get stronger, to build that muscle, to build that endurance, to take some time for yourself. I want all that for you. So that's why I'm here. That's why I continue to post stuff, to program stuff for you, to give you recipes and tips and tricks. And I want you to guide through these workouts and understand the muscles that you're working in the movements. I tell you all the time, pull your core in, pull those ribs in. And I want you to understand in your head what you're doing, what muscles you're working, and why you're doing it. And as you move on, when you go to do workouts on your own at the gym, or you go to help out a friend, if they ask you, you know why you're doing the movement a certain way. And I don't want to just throw movements at you and just let you figure it out. I want to help you guide through it and understand. So with all that being said, I am here for you every single day, and I want you to show up for yourself and to push yourself harder than you thought you could every single day. There's way more on my Instagram, my Patreon, all that information is down below, but just know I will be here every day this month for you. December, we'll do something else. We'll move on. We're going to move on from November endurance and move on to something else. So I'll be here for you. Thank you for joining me today. You did an amazing job. Be proud of yourself. Refuel, rehydrate, replenish your body. Give yourself what your body needs. Rest up, and I will see you back here tomorrow for another workout. Bye, guys.